Oftentimes, the misunderstood members of pretty much every social group are introverted people. Because of their quiet demeanor, there tends to be a sense of suspicion about them. It might be interpreted as a lack of confidence, a social awkwardness, or an inability to communicate. But being an introvert can be very rewarding. Additionally, there are far more varieties of introversion than you might think. According to psychologists, there are 4 distinct types of introversion, each one impacting people on a different level. 1. Social introvert. Although they may not necessarily be shy, people of this kind value solitude or brief social contact. Social introverts enjoy smaller groups and quieter meetings, over large crowds. They prefer small gatherings over huge parties, or individual coffee dates over dinners with lots of people. A social introvert's anxiety is not usually triggered by being around others. People of this sort prefer the comfort of their own company and would stay in, rather than leave the house. 2. Thinking introvert. The thinking introvert is, by nature, a very cognitive person. This kind of introvert, who is frequently an intellectual, enjoys activities like reading, studying, learning, or those which require research. The reflective introvert will generally take a moment to process things, before responding to a question. A quite common response you may get from this type of person might be, "Let me think about it." Thinking introverts, often known as daydreamers, spend a lot of time in their minds, and regularly imagine creative scenarios. They like speculating, coming up with ideas, inventing, and telling stories so much that it takes up a large portion of their brain space, unintentionally deprioritizing other individuals. Thinking introverts recharge their batteries by using their alone time to reflect on themselves, and inwardly examine their thoughts. 3. Anxious introvert. Since they usually experience social awkwardness and shyness, anxious introverts seek alone time. Even when they are by themselves or in a crowd, they may feel genuinely uneasy. Most likely, they will avoid situations and people that make them more anxious. They are simply using their protective defense mechanism, despite the fact that it may come off as avoidant or rude. They are fairly aware of their comfort zones, and don't like having their boundaries and bubbles crossed, but that doesn't mean they don't like company. This kind of introvert frequently feels trapped in a cycle. They'll base their expectations for the future on their interactions in the past, which will make them develop a low self-esteem. 4. Restrained introvert. Restrained introverts tend to think before they speak. This less common type of introversion prevents people from feeling energized as soon as they wake up. Instead, before speaking or acting, restrained introverts should take some time to relax, gather their thoughts, and observe. As a result, they would try to avoid unplanned events and exercise extreme caution when choosing a course of action. The restrained introvert simply doesn't reveal all of their cards right away and is initially very guarded. But after getting to know you, they enjoy playing open hands. Until they break through that protective shell, however, a restrained introvert can be a real stabilizing influence on their peers. They can separate from their emotions and enjoy predictable activities. No matter which type of introversion, or types, most closely resembles you, keep in mind that, most of the times, being an introvert has a lot of subtle advantages when it comes to genuinely connecting with others. You have something valuable to offer, whether it's your ideas, your empathy, or your exquisite party planning skills. Introverts can surely succeed at the workplace, have a fulfilling social life, and find love, in a variety of ways. Being aware of how you interact with others, and what you actually need to recharge, can only help you along the way. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends, so we can make more. Thanks for watching.